Understanding the English Language Arts Common Core State Standards. I'm Melissa Brooks-Yip, Coordinator of Instruction for Literacy at Washington ISD and Livingston Educational Service Agency. This presentation will give you a very general overview as a refresher or your first steps into understanding the English Language Arts Common Core State Standards for literacy in English Language Arts, Science, Social Studies, and an idea of how these standards will be assessed. If you do not have a copy of the Common Core State Standards already, take some time to download these for free at the link provided here. Let's take a look at how the English Language Arts Common Core State Standards are structured. There are grade-specific standards for reading intended for English Language Arts class, Social Studies, and Science. These include key ideas and details in text, craft and structure, knowledge and ideas, and a range of types and levels of reading. Notice in kindergarten through 5th grade, there are foundational skills such as print concepts, phonological awareness, phonics and word recognition, and fluency. For writing, the standards are also across all subject areas, and these include being able to write various types of texts for various purposes, producing writing, being able to research and present, and having knowledge of a range of writing modes, such as informational. There are 6 major shifts for instruction in the ELA standards. First, there's a shift to balance the informational and literary or narrative text, starting intentionally bringing in more informational text in kindergarten through 3rd grade, then a 50-50 balance by 4th grade, with a heavier emphasis on informational moving into the upper grades with more of a 70-30 split. Shift 2 is knowledge in the disciplines, with students building knowledge themselves through close and thorough interaction with text, not through teacher lecture. Shift 3 is about text complexity. Students will be challenged with reading more difficult text and reading it more closely. More on this coming up. Shift 4 is on text-based answers. The last section of the Common Core State Standards is all the appendices. This is a very thick part of the whole document with many useful resources. Appendix A gives you sources, terms, and resources to help you implement. Appendix A also explains the difference between argumentative, informational, and narrative writing, and also gives you an idea of what text complexity is. Appendix B has text exemplars in it, so an idea of what students should be reading in each grade, and also sample performance tasks. What will they be expected to do? Appendix C is all examples of student writing. Appendix A is all about text complexity. I placed this triangle here to show that text complexity is really a balance of 3 parts: qualitative traits of the text, or the subject matter and content of the written piece; quantitative, or the level according to Lexile; and reader and task, meaning how the book fits the individual reader, as the teacher knows his or her student. So remember, a book may have a low Lexile number but be of a mature content. All 3 parts of text complexity need to be taken into consideration when helping students choose and work with text. Here's an example of what is in Appendix B, a list of texts appropriate for 5th grade, with a performance task a 5th grader would be expected to do based on the texts at that level. You may notice you are familiar with many of the texts listed here, but maybe these were in a lower grade level before, and the performance task may also be more complex than what students have been asked to do in the past. Appendix C provides exemplary pieces of student writing for narrative, informational, and argumentative writing in all grades, kindergarten through 12th. Following each example are annotations describing how the piece meets the Common Core State Standards for that mode of writing in that grade. Even one sample is quite too large to review in this online professional development, but reviewing this as a teacher and sharing with students can give everyone. So how are these standards going to be assessed? This is going to be by a test called the Smarter Balanced Assessment Consortium. This is a state-led consortium working to develop next-generation assessments that accurately measure student progress toward college and career readiness. Smarter Balanced is one of 2 multi-state consortia awarded funding from the U.S. Department. Here's a visual of the timeline for the Smarter Balanced Assessment Consortium, with current 1st graders being the first group to take the test as 3rd graders in 2014-2015. There are different types of questions on the Smarter Balanced Assessment Consortium. SR stands for Selected Response, or Multiple Choice. CR stands for Constructed. As I said, that this presentation was meant to be just a very general overview of the English Language Arts Common Core State. I hope this gave you the good general